Fortnite's always been chock full of TV and film references, memes, and other interesting gizmos, but you need to have a good eye to spot these trinkets. So hop on along as we start picking through Season 1 all the way back in 2017. The milk cartons found in almost every building were the most common Easter eggs sprinkled across the island. These were a reference to pop culture's icon band Blur. Their music video, Coffee and TV, had the same carton featured when it came out in 1999. Alright, so a much more obvious and quite tall Easter egg was that Transformer robot car junk towering statue thing that we all saw while playing the game. This is a nod to The Simpsons and Truckosaurus Rex. If you watch that episode, you'll see how the size and scale match what's been set up on the island. Season 1 always had one particular poster set up in bedrooms across the map. The pixelated masterpiece was a reference to Epic's previous game, Unreal Tournament. Another 1990s reference, and one that showcases just how far Epic has come as a company. Right next to Lonely Lodge and on the edge of a cliff, players could spot a truck looking like it's hanging on for dear life. If you went closer, you could also spot a golden chest on top of it. This was a reference to 1969's Italian Job. The British movie showed a band of criminals who get stuck in a bus dangling from the edge of a cliff. Sound familiar? The fun part is that those guys had to make a decision too on whether to snag the gold and risk death or save their own skin. 2018 saw the rise of data miners and leakers because, well, Fortnite had started picking up steam. When Epic noticed this, they decided to get crafty and left a hidden message for all those who got technical with the game. Players who aimed at the Season 3 meteor in the sky would be greeted with a sound which, if opened in the files, would play as an emote on the spectrograph.
And then you can hear some really loud comet sounds going on. We're gonna open this up, we're gonna go to the desktop, we're gonna go to message, we're gonna double click on that. If you guys can't see that, that is the Take the L dance.
How epic, pun intended, is that? The Reaper was a Season 3 Battle Pass exclusive that you could bag at level 100. Those of you who have even a remote idea of John Wick or follow Keanu Reeves would know that the character is based on Mr. Wick. That's not all. Another famous skin, Leviathan, is a spitting image of Minion from Megamind, and Rustlord was based on Star-Lord. Raptors have been properly integrated into the game as rideable dinosaurs, but before all this, they were part of Season 4 loading screen. This was an awesome reference to the famous Jurassic Park scene where the Raptors entered the kitchen to feast on Lex and Tim.
Timmy, what is it? It's a velociraptor.
Season 5 shed the mainstream fun and happy-go-lucky for a horror twist by introducing Pennywise to the mix. Well, they tried to introduce Pennywise to the mix. Before the crossover could happen, Epic had to cancel it and gave us lots of red balloons hanging from storm drains peppered around the map, which amounted to nothing, sadly. 2019 saw Epic obsess over their own game, like adding the Infinity Blade.
What? Come here, bitch.
Though this isn't much of an Easter egg, we had other more juicy ones, like the Clockwork Orange reference to a movie that is definitely not for kids. Or My Name is Jeff, written on the bottom of a paper plane glider, a famous phrase from 22 Jump Street.
My name is Jeff.
When Midas was introduced in Chapter 2, Season 2, he had a whole yacht named Marigold before it got taken over by Deadpool. This was some next level foreshadowing because 3 seasons later we had Marigold make her way over to the item shop. In Greek mythology, she's the daughter of King Midas, who turns her into gold by hugging her. Season 4 had an insane amount of Marvel come bursting into the game. Skins, cinematics, weapons, even a gigantic helicarrier, you name it. Most of this stuff was a direct reference to the Marvel movies, but what I appreciate are the little details that Epic managed to squeeze in as well. For example, Captain America being able to lift Mjolnir is a direct reference to Avengers Endgame, and the helicarrier has Fury's eye patch lying around on one of the panels. Pennywise may never have seen the light of day, but another classic horror character who did manage to make it into the game was Ash Williams from the Evil Dead franchise. Chapter 3, Season 4 saw him and his entire cabin in the woods find a nice, eerie home on Fortnite's battlegrounds. The cabin was jam-packed with Easter eggs like the infamous red chainsaw, Necronomicon, and even the laughing moose head, a total spook fest. Those who enjoy playing the Save the World mode could also stumble upon a hockey mask shrine belonging to a well-known character from Hollywood. If Kyle the 13th wasn't making it obvious enough for you, the shrine served as solid proof that Epic was doing its darndest to show appreciation for Jason Voorhees. More recently, even the NPCs have their fair share of Easter eggs. With the release of TMNT, we had Splinter giving us unique responses that were all directly pulled from the shows.
Anger is self-destructive.
I always thought it was others destructive.
Chapter 5 gave us Peter Griffin's skin, along with the Peter Griffin speed bag emote, which changed laughs every time it was hit. Let your anger out on this emote if Peter took you out in the game. Heading on over to the LEGO side of things, there are about 50,000 dialogues to be activated when talking to NPCs, and if you get lucky, they might be references to bigger happenings. For example, when greeting Calamity, she might say that sometimes she gets so mad that she wants to flip an entire island upside down. We all know where that's from. Mousicles has a dialogue where he mentions how he gets nervous whenever he sees anything shaped like a cube, a clear reference to the Purple Cube days.
Bro, is this an event? What just happened?
With the ongoing season, Myths and Mortals, we have a bizarre collection of eggs ready to be discovered in Season 2. First up is Pandoras Box, straight from Greek mythology, which can be sealed shut, and the Titan arm, which once held it in chains, is now withering away.
That's someone's hand! Is it like a Titan? Oh my goodness!
And can we please take a moment to admire how well done of a job Epic has done to depict the throne of the gods, Mount Olympus? Each detail is so expertly crafted. There is one Easter egg hidden in plain sight in the masonry on the main arch. Peely can be seen revering Zeus, the main dude, along with the Spartan soldiers. And if you look down below, a golden statue of Mousicles can be seen holding the global constellation. A job for Atlas in the mythos, but I think Mousicles is doing just fine. Also, we get a good idea of the current Avatar collab when players started spotting a broken up iceberg with an icy orb in the middle.
And it's coming towards the map right now, as you see right here. And if you listen...
Encrusted in the ice was Aang, the last airbender, together with his bison Appa. This was a direct reference to how the show began, with Katara discovering Aang frozen in ice for over 100 years. If you want to see more awesome stuff, make sure to like the video and subscribe to the channel today.